what's going on? Welcome to Small Cap Recap. My name is Trader Bryce and we're doing things a little different today. Today's Small Cap Recap is actually being recorded live right now in the Small Cap Rockets chat room. We're going to end this with about a 5 to 10 minute Q&A session with Small Cap Rockets members. So this is going to be fun to do it live. It's weird because, obviously I'm actually talking to a great group of traders right now. So like I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking to everyone, but I'm also talking to this great group of traders here right in Small Cap Rockets. Now, what I'll preface this episode with saying is that the market got hot today, right? There were some movers today. It's October 3rd. There were some movers today, and unfortunately, the one setup that I have been sticking to in the slower market, right? Actually, the setup the trade that I took today did fail. However, seeing all the movers today has definitely reinstilled some confidence in overall market momentum, a lot of follow through, and a lot of even just day one gappers. So I am excited if the market sustains this kind of momentum, especially going into tomorrow, which we're going to go over one of my watches. I think there's going to be a monster mover tomorrow. But if that all stays, I will allow myself to kind of re-expand the setups that I'm taking, just getting the market isn't as slow. It's really nice now. I actually filmed a video about this that will be on like YouTube Shorts and Instagram, Twitter, kind of about the fall, right? We're coming into the fall now, and we're really, I think, about to see some great momentum. Hopefully, even if it can just be a month, a really good month of momentum. And like I said, there are some great movers today and a great watch for tomorrow, in my opinion. But without further ado, let's get right on into the charts here. So turn off my ringer too. We got Small Cap Rockets right in here. We were live this morning. Let's head up and over to FNHC. Up over 300% this morning. So yesterday dumped down from 14 cents to a low of 9, giving it that exhaustion low feel. And this morning on literally no news, gapped up, probably because, again, that just technically speaking, right? It fell down from 35 cents down to 9.5 cents without a singular green day. And that today we got not only did we get the gap up, but it was a supply and demand imbalance. No matter how crappy of a company it is, just that quick adjustment there. When you fall down 80% plus or whatever it is, 75% plus in a matter of a week or two without a single bounce, that gap up looked really nice. Now, I was actually talking even today, right, this morning. It looks great. The problem being that the spread on these kinds of trades does get to be pretty wild at times. Now, towards the end of the day, like after this morning action, not so much. Then it solidified itself quite a bit. But on no news, without having really much of a catalyst at all other than the technical chart, and it was already up, it went from 14 cents up to 38, 40, up already over 200% on the day, or near that. Just it made it really sketchy for me, and given that it's a sub-dollar stock, that spread can get pretty atrocious. And as it did, I remember this candle alone, one of these candles, it was either this one right here or this one. It was really just the spread. It was really just the spread that did that. And then we started stabilizing right after we had this really nice consolidation set up here. Beautiful consolidation, really clean breakout through 35 cents. You could have easily risked about 32, risking about 3 cents, and you got literally 20 cents plus on it. You almost had probably a 7-to-1 risk reward trade just on that spike without even the single pullback. Went all the way up to nearly 70 cents today. So whether this can set up for a day 2 tomorrow or not, we will see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a gap down on it, but what I'd be looking for going into tomorrow would be some consolidation over I'd want it to be holding 40 cents. Ideally holding 45. Maybe we dip down to 40, consolidate somewhere between 45 and 50. Then I'd be very, very interested in this for a day 2. Another sub-dollar mover today, OBLG, with no news once again. Taking a look at that daily chart, no real sign of exhaustion. Just kind of randomly got picked up, whatever, I don't even really know. OBLG has traded, it's a 14 mil float, very similar to FNHC, almost, just a couple 100,000 shares off there. Traded so far 22.25 million shares today. So rotated its float 2 times, absolutely gorgeous, or roughly not quite 2 times, 1.5. Got a really nice perk out of literally nowhere. This would have been a really difficult one to catch. Unless you're looking at it right here, this was absolutely on the new high scanner. And so basically had this consolidation with a clean breakout through 27 cents, instantly ripped up to 45. And what I like about this is that you're, once again, risking about 5 or 6 cents here. And, from that 24, 20 cents, really, really nice risk reward, even just on that spike there. Another really clean scalp entry would have been this trend break right here. You had a really nice wedge forming there, right near highs, going into the end of the day. Absolutely beautiful. This is the action right here that I really like to see. This is what gets me excited. Of course, we had FNGR now on its 5th or 6th day of a run. We'll get to that daily chart in a second. Currently halted. Looks like they're going to open it up after the market closes here in the after hours. So we'll definitely be coming back and taking a look at what kind of action comes out of this, right? But we just had a straight rip from about $4 up to 6.20, which was really nice. And then we got this end of day halt. This in here, super clean action, right? Super clean action. In fact, this is basically one of my favorite setups where you have a stock that is consolidating right under VWAP, having pushed up really nice and clean in the morning. More or less an ABCD setup, but what's so beautiful about it is that the daily chart is so bullish that even all of the sub VWAP consolidation, even though it was under VWAP, still extremely, extremely bullish chart, right? That's what I like a lot about that. And you had a really clean breakout over 5 there. Again, action that I like to see that to me confirms we have follow through and momentum in the market. ATXI, I think tomorrow has chance to be an absolute monster trade. And I say that once again because of the daily chart. We're dipping off here into the close, right? We're making new lows on the day. We went down, we hit 1150. As long as we stay over roughly 11, to me, this is super bullish. And the reason I say that is, once again, we go back to that daily chart, right? Sure, it's falling today, but any short in this from anywhere is underwater. I don't care if you got top ticked on 11 there. That's why I wanted to hold 11, right? Again, I'm not going to assume anyone got short high a day at either of these two, but if you did, everyone is underwater. And so you're having this false sense. It looks like a first red day if you're only looking at that intraday, but you're still so far above. And volume is certainly tapered off a little bit too, which is also extremely, extremely important here. It's a very important factor. Volume is tapered off, yet we're still above almost yesterday's highs, not quite. I'd love to see it close over 1230. I don't think it will, but given how bullish this daily chart is, yet how weak the intraday is, to me, that just signals a massive short trap. To me, that signals someone is stuck in this. And all it's going to take, right, is one big cover. Oh, my computer's freezing a little bit here. I've got way too much stuff open. I've got 15 internet tabs open. There we go. Well, we can take a look at FNGR, perhaps, maybe. Well, those were really the main stocks I wanted to talk about. Those are the 4 that really just solidified the action. I'm going to restart my StocksTrade here in just a second and see if I can even do that. Like I said, my computer's got way too much stuff open. So we're going to switch back to my beautiful face whilst I go through and do that. And then for everyone watching live right now, within oh my gosh, FNGR at 7 now. Wow, we're going to get back to that in a second here. To everyone that's watching live on Small Cap Rockets, this is that time. Let's go through some Q&A. Whether that is in the form of, hey, how does this chart look? Or why do you like this? Why do you like that? We're going to do some Q&A. But before we get into the Q&A, I'm reminding you right now, everyone watching this not live, everyone that has the option to drop a thumbs up, to drop a like, please, I'd love for you to smack that like button for me. Really, really appreciate it. It's always great to see the love and the support. Actually, Matt Monaco and I, ironically enough, I know you haven't seen Matt Monaco in forever. Matt Monaco and I were at the dog park yesterday, and we were playing with Matt's dog and Tony. Some of you might remember special guest Tony. He'll be back next week, I'm sure, for an appearance. But me, Tony, and Ella were playing, and this guy threw his ball for his dog, and the dog ran up to us and started playing with our dogs. And this guy like walks over and he's like, "Oh my God, I was just watching you guys on YouTube earlier today." So shout out Brian, if you're watching this right now. What's going on? You live like 2 buildings down from me. Drop a comment down below. But no, yeah, it means a lot. I love seeing the support. I love it. It encourages me to help keep doing these videos. So like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. And for anyone that, if you ever see me out in public, man, come up and give me a hug or something. I love it. Now, we're going back to the charts here. FNGR, like I said, over $7. Or hit over 7. Really nice little gap there. But we're getting over to the Q&A side of things now. Maybe. Here we go. All right. So, there I am live in Small Cap Rockets right now over on the right-hand side. Let's start off here with Dallas Techs. Missed the initial Oracle entry with FNGR at 421. Entered near Oracle level 494 at 490. Held through both halts. Had ordered to sell 1/4 616 during second halt. Unhalted, triggered, and executed. Now price dropping. Had a stop in my entry about 511, which triggered. And now price dropping. Had my stop, which triggered and executed. How would I have played FNGR? I love that. I love that. Okay, so how would I have played FNGR? So 490 this morning, we got in right up here. Okay, I see exactly what we're looking at there. That was a beautiful sell. We had a 616 during that second halt, and then got stopped out at 511. So where's FNGR? Right here. So basically, he's saying here that entry that he got was at 490. So he had what looks to be like this breakout right here. And that was a really nice sell up there in the $6 area, and you got stopped out the rest at 511, which looks to that level of support there. So we got stopped out here on the way down. How would I have played this? Well, number one, and the first and foremost thing I'll say is that this is not an entry I would have taken. I would have waited for this reversal sub VWAP and likely gotten chopped up a little bit and probably been a little upset. So here's how this would have looked for me. If I'm going through clean chart and looking at this exact stock, here's how I would have played that, right? I would have been looking for this trend break right here, this little micro consolidation as we got under VWAP. Likely taking an entry at about 477, risking this $4.50. So I'm risking about 20 cents. Probably would have taken a piece off right into this push, into this candle. Whoops. Right into this candle. Potentially here on a failed breakout. Likely would have had my stop there, would not have gotten stopped out. And what I would have ended up doing is actually taking a look at this trend break right here. Taking a piece and probably just selling all out of this halt. This probably would have been a really nice winner for me. But again, I was actually filming during this time, so I did not, unfortunately, I wasn't in front of my screen during the middle of the day today. But again, this is also something that, again, I'm assuming I would have played during a hot market, right? And the market now being hot again, probably would have taken this. But today, I might actually not have, just because it was the whole day's worth of action, right, is what got me excited enough and confident enough to see the follow through that we have. Ideally, I'd like to see one more day, but I'll probably take a trade tomorrow. I won't go in with a lot of size. If that continues through tomorrow, then in that case, yeah, I'll start using size for trades like these again. That's how I would have played FNGR personally. I would not have gotten in anywhere in here, and I would have been waiting for that sub VWAP consolidation. So let's go here. ATXI, I see what you're seeing. One big cover or a PR. Exactly. So Evalos was asking earlier what I saw in ATXI, because this is exactly what I said here, right? I said ATXI looks like it wants a gap to 30 tomorrow if they don't drop an offering. ATXI has a gosh darn near daily chart look to AMC from back in the day. Way back in the day, I should say, right? Where were we? You basically, this is very similar, right? You had this breakout. Now, AMC had a much longer chart development with this, but it had to. It's a much larger float. This is, of course, what we'd call a gamma squeeze, where options played a big role in creating this large price movement. But you essentially had this big first red day where everyone thought that was over. And what really solidified it was this day of consolidation. I don't think ATXI needs that, given that it's a sub 1 mil float. All it needs is a gap up, a slight gap up, or really even just a hold of 11, like I had mentioned. But I would love to see it closer to 12 tomorrow, that 12 to 13 level. And if we can do that, if we can hold here throughout after hours, a PR should send, a good PR should send this. A big cover should send this. Remember, it's under 1 million float, 808,000 shares. Given that it's such a low float, all it's going to take is one big cover, and it's going to start forcing everyone else to cover. It's very rare, especially in the past few months, that we see a daily chart like this, number one. But a daily chart like this that's a multi-day mover with shorts trapped in a micro float stock. The only thing, in my opinion, that can really have an impact here would be an offering, which is absolutely possible. An offering is absolutely possible. But realistically, this has a lot of bullish momentum. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Let's see here. LITM, I'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's see here. P70K had to get a job while markets were sluggish, but came back today and the market seems to be firing up. What are your thoughts on upcoming weeks into typical better markets going into holidays? Listen, here's the deal. The market is going to be cold more frequently than it's going to be hot. I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a full-time job. I think almost all traders should have a full-time job. That being said, I think we're about to come into a pretty hot market cycle, which is good. Like I said, going into fall, we should likely have some really good movers coming up. So I think it'll be a great opportunity, but I don't think that's a reason to quit a full-time job, right? I think if you can, work your schedule in a way where you can be there for the market open or be there for power hour, or start learning some swing trading strategies. I personally do not teach them very well because I'm not a swing trader by nature. But here in StocksTrade, Bohen has so many webinars for those of you that are in StocksTrade Pro, literally over 3,000 of them, right? But let me make sure it's paused there. There are some great strategies. I also think OTCs are going to start getting hot again with GTII. Let's take a look at that real quick. GTII. Oh. Did that fake going red? Or just held? Just held. Especially with like a multi-day mover like this, we're going to start seeing a lot of great swing setups as well. So this is a great time to be studying some swing trading strategies and whatnot. But no, I don't think that means you need to quit a full-time job if the market's getting hot. I think most traders should have a full-time job. Hey Bryce, I'm new here at StocksTrade, absolutely loving the platform. My question to you is that as a relatively new trader, is it best I look for plays early in the morning or later in the afternoon? I personally think trades later in the afternoon are going to be the easier ones. And the reason for that is always the same. The stocks have had time to prove themselves. Now, right now, today, most of the moves that were made were actually like midday. FNHC, fantastic midday mover. FNGR, fantastic midday mover, although this really nice fake breakdown here was a beautiful power hour play, and that's something to keep note of, right? Something to keep in mind. Going into the end of the day doesn't mean that every single day you need to trade. If you miss a midday move, that's fine. If you're only trading 2 or 3 times a week, that's fine. Just wait for the right setup to come. Something like FNGR where you have a really harsh fake dip. And then this breakout over 580s just sent it. So that's absolutely something to keep in mind there too. Last question here. Evolos missed SNTI, but that end of day move, would you like to see a little bit of a gap up? Let me take a look. Let's go and replace LTRY, which also had a really random midday spike there, but SNTI, let's take a look. Nice little midday push there, and it just kind of faded off this area here. I did not mean to be doing that. Let's take a look at a multi-day here. What are we seeing? SNTI does look like it's kind of primed for a multi-day move. The only thing I don't like about it is volume is definitely tapering off and we have a slightly higher float. If we're going to be moving on the multi-day, it's going to need to keep showing volume. That said, anything over this 270 level is going to be really, really nice. Something to keep an eye on for a potential swing watch. And then if we can actually get over that 350 level, this has a really nice look for a potential clean multi-day mover. This is obviously a SPAC that fell off pretty hard, whether that means a deal they didn't get or whatever the case might be. Or deal, I don't know, whatever I'm trying to say. Words not so good right now. Over this 260 level, I think there's a really nice potential for a swing trade, and then look to sell, I'd be looking to sell a piece up into here, wait for some consolidation, breakout through there. It would just need a sustained volume. And as we see, very, very similar pattern that's happened before. One day of intense volume followed by not as much volume coming forward. Same thing here. Failed follow through. Now the difference is that we're getting this one day, we're getting this one day of volume and we're absolutely getting this like fade off in volume, but we're actually holding. So that's the difference this time around. So definitely something interesting to keep an eye on. So it looks like that's all the questions we've got here for today. And like I said, I told everyone in small cap, we were doing about 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. But this was a ton of fun. Let me know down in the comments below if you liked this different style, this live style of small cap recap. And for those of you that are not in chat, you guys know the drill. There's a link down in the bio. We're basically going live every morning at market open now. Having a ton of fun with it. Finding some, just kind of giving my thoughts for the day, and I'm working on freeing up some time towards the end of the day to have time to go live as well every single day. So really excited to keep this going, especially as the market gets hot. I think this live trading really, really just crushes it. It's so much fun. We all get to win together. We all get to learn together, and it's going to be a blast. So if you're ready to learn how to, kind of what I look for during a hot market cycle, I am continuously uploading more of my past webinars and video lessons that I've made to Small Cap Rockets. So click that link down below. I'm saying it once, I'll say it again. Drop a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and make sure you subscribe and have those post notifications on. We're having a blast here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the energy. Everyone here in Small Cap Rockets that was in the live chat, we had a ton of fun. I had a blast doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow for the next small cap recap, maybe live once again. Have a good rest of your day. Happy Money Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for being a part of the StocksToTrade family. We just hit 100,000 subscribers, but our goal by the end of this year is to get 150,000 new family members a part of our channel. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and maybe even turn on your post notifications. We cannot do this without your guys' support. So thank you so much. And if you want to see more of what we're doing, again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment down below. We'll see you in the next video.